Friedrich August Kekule was a German scientist who dedicated years and years and years and years of his life to the study of benzene. What he was particularly interested in was how the carbon atoms of benzene formed their structure. Was it a triangle? Was it a square? He had no idea what the shape was, and he went through the scientific method, the chemistry, all that to try to figure out, but he got nowhere. So one day, after a day of exhausting work, working on the problem that he always worked on, he fell asleep, and in his dreams, he saw a bunch of snakes moving around in circles, moving around in circles. The snakes edged closer and closer to their tails before biting their tails, creating the symbol, the ancient symbol, the Ouroboros, the symbol which represents infinity, the cyclic nature of life, birth and death. And as soon as he saw this, he woke up and had a big aha moment. It turns out that the structure of benzene was actually a ring, just like the Ouroboros that he saw. Friedrich ended up winning a Nobel Prize because of this discovery, which turned out to be true. Now you might be wondering, how on earth did he manage to solve this conundrum, this problem of sleeping like a baby, when he toiled on it for years and years through conscious work and grit? The answer is his subconscious mind. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can train your subconscious mind to give you whatever answer you want. So the first method I like to call the alarm clock method. Now, many of us, we go to sleep with an alarm clock, we set it and we wake up and everything's good. But what a lot of people don't understand is we have an internal clock. It's called your circadian rhythm. And you're probably better off going to Simland or reading the book Why We Sleep to understand the science behind this, but it's something to do with hormones and lights and sunlight and all this crap. So an interesting thing that we can do is actually wake up at a particular time without an alarm clock. And I've been doing this for years. And the way you do it is, let's say you go to sleep, you wake up usually at 9 a.m. Before you go to sleep, right before you go to sleep, set the intention to wake up at 8:30 a.m., just 30 minutes earlier. And what you'll find is you'll probably wake up way earlier than 8:30 a.m. The first time you do this, you might wake up at 5 a.m. But the better you get at it, the more practice you have, you'll get closer to that exact time. And it's simply amazing. So if you want to practice this particular technique, I suggest you do it on the weekends, especially if you have obligations, because you want to do it without the backup of the alarm clock. When you have the alarm clock, something in your mind knows that you have a backup, that you have security. So chances are you'll probably sleep in and just forget about this exercise altogether. But when you don't have the alarm clock and your back is to the wall and you have to use your subconscious mind to wake you up, it will wake you up. So do this exercise as many times as you can, keep practicing. It's going to help you with that intention and send out that request. And you're going to surprise yourself. The second exercise, this is an interesting one. And I found this out accidentally. The other day, my girlfriend and I, we had this song stuck in our head. The song is actually kind of a dumb song. It goes, dee 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 doo da dee da dee da do. Dee 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 da doo da dee da da da. Come on, man. You know that song, right? Well, we had that song stuck in our head, but we had no idea who the artist was or what the name of the song was. What the hell is this song? It was tormenting us. It was tormenting us, and we were like, how can we get the name of this song? We had no lyrics, we had nothing. So I had an idea. I said, why don't we send a request to our subconscious mind? Why don't we go to sleep, and right before we go to sleep, we'll send the intention, what is the name of this song? So she did the same thing as me. Right before we go to sleep, we said, what is the name of the song? We played in our head, and we went to sleep. In the morning, I woke up humming a different segment of the song, which I had forgotten the day before. And she looked at me and said, that is the hamster song. So we went on Google, and there it was. It was the hamster song. Two minds work together, subconscious minds, mind you, to find the song. So how can you use this? Well, I developed an awesome technique. What you need to do is find an iPod mini, iPod shuffle, on your old iPods, old MP3 players. If you don't have an old MP3 player with songs on it, go on YouTube and type in 90s hits playlist or 80s hits playlist or 70s hits playlist. You get the point. What you're trying to do here is you want to find a song that you remember, a song that was a big hit at a particular time, that you know the lyrics to, but you don't know the name of the song, and you don't know the artist that sings it, or one or the other. Doesn't really matter. So when you find that song, make sure you're not looking at the name on your iPod or on YouTube. Right before you go to sleep, do as I did. Play in your head and send yourself a request. Say, what is the name of this song? The next morning, you will have the name of that song. If it doesn't work that day, do it again and again. If it doesn't work for 3 days straight, chances are you either didn't know the name of the song to begin with, or you need more practice with sending out a request, using your intention, and being able to receive it. So that's a really fun way to train your subconscious mind, and there's an unlimited amount of songs out there to experiment with. Go have fun with that. The third method is very similar to the musical method. I like to call this the face method. So what you need to do is find an old photo book, maybe from primary school or high school, where it has pictures of you and people you went to school with, people that you had memories with, but you don't quite remember the names of. If you don't have a photo book, just go on your Facebook and see, go look at your tagged pictures and look for a picture where there's familiar faces, but once again, you don't remember the name of the faces. So choose one person, look at that picture before you go to sleep, look right at it, analyze it, and send the request to your subconscious mind. Say, who is this person? Visualize the person right before you go to sleep, and in the morning, you will have the name. I've actually done this, and it still blows my mind how this works. So what's the point of those three particular exercises? Those three exercises are training intention, your intent. The way the subconscious mind works is quite different to the conscious mind. When you are using your conscious mind, a lot of times it's a lot of grit, it's a lot of force, it's a lot of just trying to manhandle and find a solution. When you're using the subconscious mind, it's a lot of letting go. That's why when you're trying to remember something, a lot of times, recall something from your memory, if you are consciously trying to remember it, it just eludes you. It won't come to you. But when you forget about it, it comes to you when you're taking a shower, it comes to you when you're watching a movie. That's why sometimes when you're trying to remember your PIN, you're at the ATM, you forgot your PIN. If you're like, oh shit, I forgot the PIN. What's the PIN? And you start stressing, you start consciously trying to remember it, you'll never remember it. But if you let go and just let your fingers move through habit, you'll get it. So the subconscious mind is about letting go, setting the intention and letting go. And that's what those exercises do. They train you on those. Now I'm gonna give you a bonus exercise that's a bit different to those three. This one is about changing the way you think through the words you use. And the easiest example of this is the word try. I've removed the word try from my vocabulary because the word try presupposes you're not going to do something. When you say, I'm going to try go to the gym today, you're basically saying to yourself, I'm not going to the gym today. I'm going to try start a business. I'm not going to start a business. I'm going to try go to sleep early. I'm not going to go to sleep early, because all these things are within your power. There's nothing that's going to stop you from doing it. It's just you. So when you say try, you're pretty much already building the bridge or setting the blueprint towards failure. So whenever I say the word try, or whenever it comes into my mind or my words, I catch myself and I say, no, I'm going to do this thing. And that's a good way to train your subconscious mind to think differently, because a lot of our thinking is very automatic, just kind of comes out of nowhere. And if you let it run its course, it can be quite destructive. But if you start changing the words you use, changing the phrases you say, success becomes a lot easier. Instead of trying, you start doing. You start making big moves in your life. You start becoming successful. You start becoming fulfilled. And that's what it's all about. So use those 4 exercises. Number 1, the alarm method. Number 2, the musical method. Number 3, faces. Of course, the bonus. Number 4, changing dangerous words like try, should. Do this, and I promise you'll be one step closer to living and dying well. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the bell notifications so we can see more of each other. Until next time.